guys. Today we're going to be playing a little bit of Warm Snow. Yeah, sounds weird, but, you know, Realm of Ink came out, and I saw it, and I was like, this game looks like a we have this at home version of something else. And I haven't played Realm of Ink, to be fair, so it might still be very good. I just don't know, but all it instantly reminded me of was Warm Snow. I absolutely love this game. Played a bunch of hours of it back when it came out, and we're going to start a new save. Yo, thank you for the alert, Desmond. I will say, though, for those who are interested, this game is very, very, very Chinese. By that I mean, even when it launched, it had major localization and translation issues. It doesn't anymore, but, you know, there's no English voice actors or anything like that. I will also say it's a roguelike, so if you really need that, I don't know. But essentially, Warm Snow is snow that's not really snow. It's not cold, but it turns people into demons like this. And I'm a badass dude with floating swords. That's all you need. All you need is to be a badass dude with floating swords. That's it. Alright. But I don't have my floating swords just yet, so there we go. There we go. And we'll pull them all back. So that's kind of like the main mechanic of this game, is that you can throw your swords out, dealing damage, and then you can pull them back in. Now, what that ends up doing is creating a very interesting loop of figuring out if your build is a do I want to throw my swords out build, or if it is a I want to keep my swords build. Because there are good builds where you don't engage in throwing that much, and then there are other builds where you can stay entirely at range and never get in somebody's face. Or you can do something like I just did, where I didn't actually control my positioning of where I was recalling my swords to, and that ended up being pretty bad. This is... sorry about that, chat. The camera's being all weird. Alright. Let's keep going. So, you have different sword schools in this game, and within the schools, there's two variants, right? So, this is 7 Sword Shura, and the passive that'll happen no matter what variant I pick is Cold Blood. Increases movement speed by 12%. Melee attacks have a 15% chance to deal 200% damage. Okay, so that's pretty good. First one is after launching flying swords, your next melee damage will be enhanced. When the enhanced melee attack hits an enemy, the cooldown of Sheath will be reduced by 1 second. That's very, very good. Shadowless lose the ability to actively control flying swords. When making a melee attack, automatically launch enhanced flying swords to deal a heavy blow. Increases your defense by 10%. I did a run with Shadowless earlier today that I rather enjoyed, but let's go with the other one. I'm here to mix it up. So, one of these was obviously more active than the other, right? Like, the one I'm going with here is going to require me to actually pay attention to what I'm doing a bit more. But that's okay. Alright, we're going to go take the top. So, the books are your roguelike in-run skill progression, right? It's the, you know, your basic attacks get plus 10% damage or whatever they're going to end up being. This game actually does a very good job of those not being generic as all hell, but I think it's kind of baked in when the whole flying swords thing is, I want to say, pretty unique. I realize if you're used to playing like wuxia games and a lot of more Chinese games, then it's not really unique, but in the West it's unique. When you're carrying the initial weapon, all damage dealt by using... Well, hold on now. Do we want to just try to go with a base sword run? I think this could be fun, guys. A base sword run would be funny. It's like you get much better swords, right? Powered up versions, just cooler stuff. And, but I think a base sword run could be cool. I don't have to worry about getting a better sword. I can just upgrade my base sword. I can't yet. I'm saying this like this isn't my first run and just a tutorial run, but it is what it is. All right, I didn't show up here last time when I was running this today. Okay, we're in for... Oh, I wish it was the wolf. Why is it Killer Kung Fu Wolf Bitch? Okay, I didn't need that. Yo, what's up, Paltan? How you doing? Oh, shit! Please don't, please don't, please don't. I want to live. You came at the right time, Paltan. I'm experiencing the fun of flying swords and BS. This is what happens when an American is exposed to wuxia. Please don't. Don't get me wrong, this boss isn't that bad. I just suck, apparently. God, I will fuck myself, I guess. Okay, my want is to just kind of... I should probably just focus on dodging. I was gonna see if I could just get closer to her and just, like, whip a sword at her. Or just recall them all back. Okay. Putrescent Ghost Armor increases your shield damage absorption by 35%. Upon 100 rage, auto-consumes rage. You will gain a shield equivalent to 200% max HP. Okay, that's pretty cool. Increases your shield damage absorption by 15%. Reduces your melee attack speed by 50% and increases the damage of the final blow of the melee attack by 100%. Okay, when you gain a shield, there's a 15... Alright, so I have to put it in core if I want it to actually do anything. We're going to look at the other sword, but I think I'm going to try to go with a base sword run, so we're actually just going to not pick that up, and we're going to grind it up here. There we go, and then we're going to pick this up. Picking up a sword increases attack movement speed for 6 seconds, okay, and grants lifesteal. That's super good. Increase my defense for 2.5 for each flying sword. Okay, we're gonna go with this. And then we hold it to exit, and we're gonna go to the next area. Well, there's like an in-between area. Right now it does nothing, because, you know, I just started this game like 2 seconds ago. But later on, you get all sorts of people who show up there. There's like a blacksmith, there's merchants, there's all sorts of shit. So, you know, we'll hopefully work up to that. We'll see if we get there. I haven't really done a base sword run in literal years. So we'll see if I can make that work. I think there's probably some treasures and things that I would need to make it work, and it's probably not going to go the best, guys, but we'll see how far I can go. I have a decent amount of hours in this game. I think I have like 30 on Steam, and I have another 80 on Switch. I played the hell out of this game. This is one of my favorite roguelites of all time, actually. I hate the pigs. I hate the pigs. You gotta get used to dealing with them again. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm definitely taking more damage than I want to be taking. This is very much so one of those roguelikes where it's just like, I just want to do shitloads of damage. That's the best. Best defense is good offense. Hey, upon taking a hit, you have a 30% chance to dodge it. Okay. Final blow of a melee attack generates a puddle of spirit. After using a healing gourd, increases all damage dealt by 90%, giving me a 35% chance to dodge enemy attacks. Inflict lasts 10 seconds. Okay. Upon you shooting flying swords, increases all damage dealt to... We will do that. We will make our enemies drunk. I think that's the way to go, chat. Who's gonna beat me in a sword fight if everybody's hammered, right? Ow. It's the pig. Apparently it's the frickin' pig, guys. Timu, Hades, let's go. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. I actually genuinely, I think I've enjoyed playing this game and put more hours into it than Hades. 10,000 social credit for playing Worm Snow. Unfortunately, I don't think where I live is gonna really care about the social credit. Okay. There we go. Exploded. We're gonna get some more items. I think we probably could deal with an elite, but get rid of the pig corpse. I don't let corpses sit around in this game because depending on the level you're in, sometimes it's like they'll come alive and fuck you up. Mandate of Heaven received. God damn. Ow. Perfect. What do we got here? What are you? Enter Death Bloom state and release 80 Stygian petals in all directions. The next 4 seconds, each petal inflicts 2 damage. Sounds pretty good. On being hit, there's a 15% chance to also release it. Okay. On dashing. We'll do that. I feel like that's just a mine for enemies. I didn't read it. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, chat. Do I read things I do? Hell no. Do I do them anyways and have an awesome time? Maybe. More of a vibes kind of guy. Okay. Oh boy. Let's see what this is. I should probably heal myself. Ah. Okay, we can get some random relics. I think the pearl is actually going to synergize quite well. Here, we're going to heal first and not be stupid. I think the pearl synergizes quite well with stuff I have because... Yes. Okay, so... This can give me a shield if I activate it. Okay. I think this is not actually that good. Looks death mark on enemy, damage taken. Okay. We're gonna do that, and then we're gonna... Oh, I don't... Right! I just started this save. So later on, you can get a thing to destroy those and, like, use that as stuff, but I didn't. Funny thing happened to me on the way to the wet market. What happened to you on the way to the wet market? That I don't believe you actually went to, and this is set up for a pun about warm snow, I feel like. right, our build is not up to any sort of snuff. However, the dodge shield is very helpful to us. We're just going to stay here. I'm going to back up. Ow. Okay, that dodge shield was not enough. How about I just get away from where you are? Twice. Man, and that is one thing I will say that's just kind of funny going from the end of the game to now, is like, I'm just so used to having busted builds at this point that, like, I don't think I've fought a boss this long in a very long time. Oh, that was really bad, actually. There we go. Got him. All right, what are we doing? When HP is at 100%, all damage plus 60%. Okay. We're gonna go with that. Final blow of a melee attack deals 2.25 times damage and inflicts bleeding. Oh, we're gonna take that. Yeah, upon dashing, upon being hit. No, yeah, we're just gonna do this. And then where do you go? Putrescent Ghost Armor. Probably go here. That would be pretty good. Yeah, I could probably go here. Stygian Lotus is probably doing some damage for me, but I don't think it's, yeah, it's increasing it by 15%. It's not like it's carrying the run. We might actually just want to take this sword, because I'm realizing the problem with going with the ordinary sword is I was thinking in terms of my normal save file where there's a blacksmith and I can bring it up to like mythic rarity, which would then give it extra things. But I'm not going to have that. So we're taking the fish. And we're going to get the heck out of here. Hey! Let's free that dude. All right. I think that's the merchant. Yeah, this sword is much, much better, unfortunately. So that's how the game tells a lot of the story. What I just found is just like it's like you know, notes and stuff, and then they'll lore dump at you and be like, oh, hey, this guy in this castle did this. I am not one for story in my roguelikes, to be honest with you guys. I just don't have the patience for it. Hey, healer, legendary. All damage. Fire damage is increased greatly. When you have Blood Reishi and Trauma Soother, there's a chance for you to gain... Okay, so we're going to take this. That's going to be awesome. We're going to dismantle this. It's legendary. Do I feel the need to go for another? I kind of do. I don't want to deal with the elite right now. I'm not in a place where I feel comfortable build-wise. Okay. Perfect. All right, that was an elite there as well, but I just kind of freaked out and killed him. Okay, Dowry of Death. All damage plus 10%. Melee attack plus 18%. Damage against burning enemies. So healer would be better if I had anything that gave me fire damage, right? If I had fire damage, healer would be nutty. I don't have fire damage. I also don't have anything that makes Dowry of Death work either, so we're going to destroy it. We're going to go for an item, and we're going to see if we can, I don't know, find something good. We'll see if we can at least make it to the pig boss. It's basically Sonic the Hedgehog Yeti. It's a good time. There we go. What does this do? Watch this poison. I'd be so pissed. Interesting. That seems pretty good. But we have Intoxicating Brew, so I'm not really too worried about it. I don't think I need this. We're going to go for the sword. So I feel like there's not no reason, but I go for the sword when the other way was souls, because if it's a sword I don't want and I dismantle it, it gives me souls. If it's a sword I do want, I have a new sword. Whereas if I just go for souls, that doesn't help me until I find a shop. Okay. What do we have here? Ooh, Cascade. Okay, this might be good. All damage 7. Melee attack speed is up huge. Damage against drunk enemies is also pretty big. Yeah, we're gonna pick up Cascade. I don't really want to, but with the items we already have, it actually works. Whereas the other one did not. That's really sad. If I took, if I had taken the Death Sword, I would have gotten both of these, and it would have been online. That's okay, though. We're gonna go for the random. Oh my god. Yeah, it would have been online. Anyways. So I could start trying to deal Terrified instead of Bleeding. But I don't think that's really going to help. And we don't really need to heal, I think. Okay, that just kind of ended up being waste, sadly. Because again, I don't have the way of recycling that. Once I get the recycling, it works. Ooh, not a good look, my dude. Yeah, that's not a guy, it's a demon. Which is why we stabbed him once. And he kept talking shit, so we stabbed him twice. And now we got Sank. Sank the fart snog. Okay. We'll get our swords. Ow. That is just patently painful. Double painful. I hate that. Okay. He's kind of gone. I don't think I think this is where we die. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Because for some reason, the first big boss you really fight in the game has multiple phases. I always love and hate it when games do that. I love it because it makes other bosses seem easier. I hate it because it's like, really? Really? I tried my damnedest and I got nowhere. So we're going to see if we can handle him. I don't think we can, not with this build. The dash helps, though. Yeah. We're just gonna not deal with the lasers. Yeah, we have literally no damage in this build. It's pretty bad, actually. Come on. Thank you. That's rough. Okay, that's one arm down. Oh, that's... and I'm dead. Okay, well, hey. Alright, now hopefully we can get a real build going. We're gonna go with the HP boost. It's not actually to boost the HP, it's to get more healing gourds later. I don't really care about the HP boost, to be honest. Right now, doesn't really help. Right. I don't know why it goes all the way back to the main menu when you finish, but it does for some odd reason, which is okay. But yeah, so now we can pick up some stuff. So this is all of this stuff is the items, so I can see what I could be getting, and I can see the swords I could be getting. Enter the narrow pawn shop. I don't remember this. Ah, okay. That is gonna be annoying. I did not know this had that issue. So whenever you're dealing with her and you exit out, it puts you into the main menu. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. I feel like it didn't used to do that, but I also feel like I don't know, so... Alright, so that's more meta progression. But we come here to start our next run. So each one of these pillars here is a different sword school. But we haven't unlocked them yet, so we kind of just have to accept that we don't have them. We're going to do the attack throws a sword, but I'm going to be right back, chat, before we get started. I'm back. Let's get to it. All right, run number 2. Now we have a different variation of the schools, so I think this will be a little bit easier. I won't have to focus on using my swords, because before it was very much so a use a sword attack, use a sword attack. That was the most optimal way to do it. Whereas now it's just hit them, and the swords will use themselves. And that's kind of the play. To be fair, though, I can no longer shoot my swords, which is sad. Okay. White Tiger, we're just going to take this immediately. All damage. Okay, ice damage. It's good to know. When dealing damage, there's a 5% chance to deal double damage. That's insane. Carrying White Tiger Spirit, the final blow of your melee attack is a 25% chance to launch White Tiger Slash. Let's see if we can find that White Tiger Spirit, shall we? Although we're going to get another sword right after this, so could also be good. Less good. Iron Cutter. I'm not gonna lie, that sword looks dope as fuck. Like, I want that sword on my wall in real life. That sword looks so cool. Alright, it's the same chick as last time, but we have a better sword when facing her, so hopefully this will go better. Not that last time went terribly bad, but we'll see. Okay. Okay. We'll do it again. Yeah, this is much better than last time. You can actually, like, run up and make it to her, and I think hit her out of that phase. I just haven't played this in a while, so I'm not really trusting myself to do that. Thunder Waker. Okay, that's lightning damage. Blue Souls gain is huge. Sheath cooldown is also huge. You have Shackle, Thunder, and Thunderstone. What, let's see what we actually picked up. We got Big Bone. I don't think that helps us with anything. We're gonna take that. Flying Swords can also trigger Cold Blood. Okay, that'd be pretty good. Increase all damage taken by enemies for every Flying Sword sticking out of them. Your damage dealt increased by 5% for every one less sword you carry. Let's go Mutilate. I want to go with Thunder Waker, but we don't have Thunder stuff. Okay, so now this is the guy we have. So we can get a random weapon, a random relic, or lots of blue souls. I think we're going to go with the relic for now. Alien Stone. Increasing all damage dealt by 30%, increasing your transcendent calculation, dimensional calculation. Okay. On landing a melee attack, get 4 stacks of fast alien performance, with each stack increasing melee damage. Okay. On dashing. Each stack. Movement speed. Okay. Gain 10 stacks of power calculation every second with each stack, increasing your defense. Stacks up to 100 times. We'll do that just for now, just to kind of ensure that we get a little further. I feel like that's what the first few runs, and I mean any roguelite, but also very much so this gamer are. It's like trying to be a little defensive so I can make it that much further every time. There we go. Not too shabby. Go to the next one. Okay. Smart this time and left the piggy alone. Is that a Thunderstone? It's green, like it might be Thunder. No, Saberstone. Upon dealing Flying Sword damage, there's a 15% chance to increase your Flying Sword damage. Okay. That's pretty cool. Flying Sword damage. Every 5 Flying Sword attacks, you will send out a Soul Blade. Okay, that's pretty good. Unsheathing increases all Flying Sword damage. I say we go with this. That way, when we sheath, we're just primed to hit out a bunch of damage and win. Alright, so we're getting good value out of the bone for the stun it gives us, which is very nice, especially against things like the pigs. That stun is huge. Okay, we go with that. See if we can get some better, better power-ups, modifiers, whatever you want to call them. All right. perfect. Yeah, getting that damage buff after a recall is awesome. Dragon's Demise. If you have not launched any melee attack, in 4 seconds, the following melee attack will release a key slash and deal 1000% of mana. That's crazy, but that's not gonna help me right now. Ignore defense. Okay, upon killing an enemy, your next flying sword attack launches 3 blood serpents. You didn't. I don't even need to finish reading that. Yep, that was the play. That was the play. I don't know if it's doing anything crazy, but it is kind of finishing off stuff quicker than I would have alone, right? It's doing the whole cleaning up for me. Okay, what do you got? Alien Stone. Putrescent Ghost, Corpse Beetle, Mysterious Weapon Box of Epic or higher rarity. I think we take the Alien Stone. We already have one, right? So let's just go with 2. I also forgot how to activate my skill. Cool. It just told me. Awesome, guys. It's actually kind of why I wanted to come back to this game. Oh, that took too long to drink. What? Oh, I killed one head. Okay. I was like, oh boy. Okay, killed all those. I don't know what they do. This is bad. Yeah. Dealing with the boars was bad enough. Dealing with the boss boar is worse. Yes, I'm back for more fun, lady. We go with more health. I just want the next healing gourd. That's really all I'm trying to get up to at this point. Next healing gourd. Get some more power-ups under our belt. And maybe a new sword school or new sword. Those would be nice. Why is she so the yuck? Talking about the pig? I'm gonna guess it's because it's a pig boss. Okay, we take that. Yes, yes, the rich feast while the poor starve. We know, we know. You don't need to talk about current day politics. Alright. That is one thing I really like about this game. You benefit greatly from fully understanding what you're doing, but you can kind of just get by in this game for a little while with just instinct and reflex. That's just because the input is so crisp. Like, everything is so responsive in this game that it kind of feels like, oh, hey, I'm just doing this, right? Like, if your brain says, I want to attack, you're already attacking. It doesn't feel like it has to travel. Now, I'm not the smartest, so my brain says dumb shit and then I die, but, you know. Here we go. Ooh. Hello, mechanical case. Upon sheathing, gain 1 shield equivalent to 25. Okay. Upon dealing damage, 15%. Okay. Whenever you keep moving for 10 seconds, you gain a shield. Well, how powerful is this shield? That's a 2-second shield. That's a 5-second shield. This is a 10-second shield. We're going to go with upon dealing damage. I feel like that is the most brain-dead thing for me. And that is what roguelikes are all about for me, is how little brain can I use. The more brain I have to use, the worse I'm going to do. Hunting time. Upon killing an enemy, increases all your damage by 100% and movement speed, but you didn't have to tell me twice. Let's go. Too bad the shield only lasts for a little bit, because it won't last through her whole... Won't last for her whole phase here. But that's kind of okay. I don't need it to. I wasn't paying attention to her. I was paying attention to the lines and the blades and all the shit I shouldn't have been paying attention to because I'm bad at this game. It's what happens when you don't play for years. Teal Steel. Upon sheathing, launch Teal Slash. 4 consecutive attacks. Okay. Upon launching a melee attack, there is a 7% chance to deal twice the damage. First blow of a melee attack does 40% more damage. It gives unflinching. Melee attack plus 16% upon sheathing. You gain invincibility. We'll go with core. We'll go with core for Teal Steel. Okay, what do we have here? We have a sword called Carnage. Increases the damage of cold blood to 400%. Increases the chance of triggering cold blood. There was no other option there. I don't even know. I don't even know what I would have picked. Well, hold on. I was stupid and impetuous and didn't read. When you have Total Madness, you lose its attack bonus and defense reduction, but gain chance of dealing 300% damage when you deal damage. We grab the relic. Wrath Blood. Melee flying sword attacks have 10% to give you chance to give you Rage Burst. Okay. On dashing. On being hit, gain 20 rage. Okay. It's not amazing. But if I was going for a rage build, it could be really good. I do like the design of the sword I got, though. Nice kind of like cutlass design. Looks really good. Okay. Easy enough. I don't want to deal with you, Piggy. Probably should have just attacked that one last time, but I was really afraid I was going to get greedy and just take damage. And like with any good Hades-like, the name of the game is don't get greedy, don't take damage. So if you don't do that, you're doing great. Okay. This build feels good so far. I don't really think it's technically to the sword or anything, but it feels good. At least a massive, okay. Final blow. Real Gar powder. What is Real Gar powder? Toxic Mist. We're just gonna take it. But I'm not really happy with that. Okay, so we could go with a sword. The issue with going with a sword is we're just hoping that it like matches up with a relic we already have. Going with this is a guaranteed power, right? It's guaranteed to be something at least decent, if not good. Whereas going with the sword, I might just end up going, cool, I already like the sword I had, there's no reason for me to do this. Really gotta remember to recall my swords. Lightning damage, okay, increased defense, okay. Melee attack speed and move speed, we're gonna take that. We'll get some souls. We'll keep going. Can't go down here. I don't see anything, so I'm guessing there's a piggy about to charge me? No. That was fun. Alright, no piggies. What are you? Okay, I guess I absolutely have to fight that pig. Eerie Blade, Sand of Transience, Talisman. We're gonna grab the tome box. That's a no-brainer. Melee attack speed plus 80%. Also a no-brainer. Okay. Oh, come on. I hate the pigs, man. 'Cause okay. So those aren't kill things, those are just bombs. Good to know. Can't wait till we can get that. That's the play. Like, charging enemies in any game they always have my number every time. It also is probably like a big part my fault in that I'm impatient, so I kind of just like mash dodge to move in this game, which is probably a terrible, terrible idea. And I shouldn't do it. And I'm going to keep doing it, guys. I understand what I'm doing wrong, and I'm going to keep doing it, and that's kind of the beauty of being stupid, but... I was like, you dash to move, you just go so much faster. But, like, the problem is, I will do it in boss fights. Because that's the issue with the charging enemy, right? I'm dashing to move, and then when he's about to hit me, I have no more dash charges. And, like, that's my own issue, really. Okay, you're all dead. We go for souls. I probably should have just gone for the elite. Why not? Why not? Let's go for it and see how bad it is. Okay. Not bad at all. Probably should have been taking them every time, let's be honest. Spirit Marshal, I mean, I'm taking it either way. Damage against bleeding enemies. Okay, so we want to go for bleed, and we also want to get Talisman if we want to make this sword worth it. But it's only a blue, so I don't think we're going to be keeping this sword, to be honest. This is a fun boss. I actually rather like this boss. Ooh, caught that. It's okay, though. And there's that. Nope. Once he rears his doggy head, I want to move. Come on, man. You just did this. Okay. Severed limb. Okay, mutated limb. That's what I want. Mountain armor. Upon being knocked down, there's a 66% chance that you will not be knocked down. And you'll count as knocked down for the next 2 seconds, okay? Upon being knocked down, gain a shield. We take that. Defense plus 25%, but reduces your dashing distance by 66%. No, we don't take that. Defense plus 10%. Upon being hit, there's a 25% chance to trigger all upon being knocked down effects. Okay, Shatter. Okay, that's really good. We pick up sword, launches Whirlwind Slash once. Using Sheath launches Giant Whirlwind Slash. The more blades that are summoned, the higher the damage of sheathing. I'm gonna go with the cold blood increase. Yeah, let's go. Ooh, do I heal? Okay, I can heal here. A random relic or a sword? My sword is okay. Go with the relic. Saber stone. Yeah, well, whatever. Whatever. I should start taking the sword from that guy. Especially on runs like this. If I have purple, I should always still roll. I mean, some runs you can get just like legendary every roll, and some runs you just get crap. It is the nature of all roguelites. Okay. Okay. That pig lasted way too long. Need some burst damage on this build. That is the one thing I will say with this game. It does always feel like it has a bit of a slow start, unless you're like really sweaty at these games. The start can feel like a bit of just waiting for meta progression to happen. Which I think that is one thing I don't like about a lot of earlier roguelites. Looking like 20 teens and like early 2020s. Obviously, those aren't like earlier, but I feel like in the recent resurgence, those are earlier. Okay, upon dealing flying sword damage, 8% chance to summon a large rocket bomb. Okay. 15% chance to launch 4 small rockets at the enemy. On dashing, on sheathing. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do that. And then we're gonna go over here. Thanks, I hate it. Okay. Oh, no. No, 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 no. It better be a cool-ass book, man. Make a melee attack, there's a 10% chance to shoot all swords forward, inflicting weakness on all damaged enemies. Resets the cooldown of sheath when triggered. Okay. That seems pretty good. I think that was maybe worth it. I don't know. I had to use a healing flask, so probably not. But we'll see. I just don't want to fight the pig. Talisman. On dealing damage, 15% chance to gain 1 talisman in total. On sheathing, cast all your talismans, track enemy. Okay, that seems really cool. Final blow melee attack. We'll just do that. There's probably a better way for me to rearrange shit, but let's be honest, I'm not going to come up with it now. Second Fang. What did I need for you? Mutated limb. So, no. Nothing here. That is the trouble, is sometimes that'll just happen and you're kind of sitting there being like, oh, I can't do anything with this. We could probably go for this. Yeah, let's do that. And let's keep going. Let's see if we can kill this piggy now. Oh, it's not the piggy. The upside about it not being the piggy is that might be good for me. I don't remember this boss at all, though. So I don't know if that is good for me. Oh, what the fuck? Come on, man. You can't just scorpion me. Come on, get over here, bullshit. Get the fuck. Oh, I just caught that. That's fine. Cool. Much better. Glad we had that instead of, the pig. We're gonna do that. Let's see what this is. Fang. I'm carrying Sharp Fang. Son of a... Sharp Fang was available at the shop. Very annoyed by this. Tricolor Crystal. I don't really deal much of this type of damage except for my bombs. Pawn dealing fire damage, pawn dealing ice damage. I guess a pawn dealing fire damage is the only thing that would work for me. Technically, yeah. Let's just do that. Get more fire damage out there. Break that. It was a cage. It looked like an empty cage, though. And nobody said anything to me, so I assume it was, in fact, an empty cage, and that kind of just sucks. Ooh. Okay, we're doing some damage now, though. Like, I'll take that. Yeah, we'll check the sword. We'll check the sword, just because, again, the current one is not really being activated by anything. It is a good sword. It's just not, it's not using what it's made for. Okay, cool. Entropy, carrying Stygian Lotus. We don't care. We don't take those. We'll go... Yeah, I guess we'll go here. We'll go here. This is, again, it is guaranteed power versus a sword I might not even want, care about, or use, so... I do need to find a, I need a heal. I really need a heal, guys. Back. Ooh, pawn dashing your next melee. Ooh, you take those. Item. I guess we go for it. Could be small fang, right? Okay. Starter bomb. I don't think I care for this. I don't. Do we go elite or sword? We go sword. Cool. Not good enough. That's fine. We will dismantle you. That's 100. We'll take it. We can use that at the shop. Hey, we're at the shop. Want to take the heal? We don't need the weapon. Shackle, Dragon Bone, Mechanical Case. I feel like Mechanical Case has some synergy with Mechanical Bazooka. Let's try it. On sheathing, I get a shield. It really doesn't. Okay. Let's just do this, and then this, and then this. Do we spend the money? I guess, you know, we can try. Yeah, no. Alright, we'll see if this this build is a little bit better against Mr. I throw women at the wall. Or I don't know what part of a room is what, guys. I do wish you could skip this little intro scene. I understand it's important to establish that he's a complete and total utter piece of garbage, and that's why you're killing him, but I don't know. I have faith that the game is making me kill bad people. And or demons. And or, in this guy's case, both. Ow. Okay, you're done. Alright, I think we definitely have more damage than the last time we fought this dude. Whether that's gonna actually help us, guys? Who knows? Who knows? I'm proving to be quite dog shit at this today. But we will see. I also wish this happened quicker. Although I do really like it. I like the monster, I like the cutscene, I like this kind of bit that it does. I just want it to be faster so that I can just realize he's bad, realize what's happening, and get on with it. Okay. Fuck me for trying to dodge a specific way, I guess. Cool. We take those. Got a lot more procs on that one thing that gives us our and that's all she wrote on that. Ooh. Ooh, it's rough. What do we have here? After finding a relic, recover 4 HP. I feel like I could go for the relic refinement, but we're gonna go for an extra healing gourd, and I think that'll help. He kind of is like the Kool-Aid man. I will give you that. All right. Right. That is a... Multiple things have to happen to unlock that one. I just want to get the other ones. My favorite personally is the lightning one, but you guys probably could have guessed that. Yeah, plenty of swords. This is a power. Yeah, we should go for the power. I don't know, a good sword early can be really good, but... Again, the sword is much more of a gamble whether it's going to matter or not. The power is, regardless, some increase to my power. Like, I will be some way stronger. No enemy is found within your melee range. Increased flying sword damage. No thank you. Defense plus 15%. Upon being knocked down. Knocked down one more time in a row. Upon being knocked down, deals 300 melee damage around you. Every additional percent of max HP increases this. Okay. We're gonna do that. Oh, was that the elite? Damn. This is why I should have more faith in myself and just go after those every time. I'm always like, oh, I don't want the hard fight. No, it just gives you stuff. Activating and gain a shield. Let's go with the dash shield. I feel like that's going to be a lot better for me in the meantime. Right? I think activating it is good. And probably ultimately a lot better in general. And like if I still was where I was back when I was playing this game when it came out, I would totally go for that one. But I just know I'm not going to have the presence of mind to activate that ability when I need to. Okay. Sure, be mad. Okay. Cool. Done. We take the zombie finger, grants you zombie effect, increase your max HP by 30% and damage. Okay, that's interesting. On dealing damage, we inflicts poison. We'll take the poison for right now. We'll just take whatever that is. And you know what? We keep taking this one, and I feel like it's not doing much for us, so we're going to take that one. We're going to take the picking up a sword one. Gives me the whirlwind effect. I think it's going to be useful after sheathing, and maybe not after picking up. Was this? No, it was not good. It's not really better.
要出发了吗？石州城好像已经出现了动乱。
All right.
事不宜迟，赶紧动身吧。
Okay. Hopefully we get something good. I just want like one relic that is like game changing. I do like using the trees to kill the pigs. You can just stay on one side of it, your sword goes through, but the pigs can't. Or you can just be me and get hit by the pigs anyways, because you're dumb. It is a strategy. It is a strategy. We'll just do this. We'll go this way. Yo, what's up, Paltan? All right. It's always good when you get that positioning right. Okay. This will be interesting because we actually have some things that'll synergize. Gaining wrath and gaining rage is decent. beginning. Okay. Both First Blade and Final Blade. I don't, but I don't have Soul Fortress neither, so we're gonna do this. We're gonna disassemble that. What are you? Rotten steam bun. Seems gross. Seems very gross. Alright, so one thing, if you are playing this game, that you really have to keep an eye out for is parts like this. You can like get between these houses sometimes, and there will be like a secret. So it is very much so a game of, especially in this particular area, of like fuck around a little bit before you just run through and leave. Thunderstone, Pearl, Dragonbone. We'll take the epic or higher quality relic. Okay. 25% chance to inflict poison. And then we want to swap this guy. I like the dash shield. And yeah, so we don't need any of that. I can't heal, but that's okay. I have 3 things left. We should be good. Ow. That hit me? Fuck. Okay. That one I was on the side of him. I think that I called BS on that last one. I really like this actual fight because this one is just, it is a nice example of just be patient and you win. Fight doesn't work if you freak out, but if you're patient, works real well. Hey, happy Thursday, Juno. Just gonna not be near him. And he's dead. Boom. Oh, what is this? Cool looking. Is not better than what I currently have. What is this? Sand of Transience. Melee attack speed plus 25%. Movement speed plus 7. On 100 rage. Auto consumes. All rage and turns you into a phantom for 10 seconds. Increasing your melee attack speed. And okay, that seems pretty good. I think we're gonna do that. Alright, Essence Thief, upon killing an enemy, increases max HP 2%, stacks 6 times, lose 1 stack whenever you take damage. Increase your damage against full HP enemies. Upon killing an enemy, increases damage dealt. We'll do that. We'll do that one. Okay. Perfect. Ooh, mechanical case. Okay. On dealing damage. We're going to do this one. I don't want to lose the toxic bonus from the finger. Ow. I just fought you, dumbass. I don't need to fight you again. Youth. That is a fucking cool looking sword. Holy shit. Like, we're not taking it, but it looks dope. That is something I love about this game, is the designs of all the swords. I wish the floating ones behind you adopted whatever sword you were actually using. But it's okay that they don't. Especially because the swords that you, like the ones that float, they adopt whatever school you take. So like when you take the lightning school, they're like these golden blades that follow you. You know, same for ice, fire, whatever, what have you. They always kind of follow the theme. We take the power. Okay. Ignore defense, grants healing effect. We'll go with the shield plus. I got rid of my pearl, but I'm sure I'll take something else that'll shield me at some point. Mechanical Gatling, Saberstone, Perpetual Flow. I think that is an ice one. Epic or higher quality relic. I think we're gonna take the heal. Sadly. Yeah, we'll take the heal and we'll just go. Alright. Psychotic abusive demon fat man.
哪儿来的大胆狂徒，胆敢扫了我的雅兴，简直是不知死！
I definitely should have kept the Wrathbone that I had, because the Wrathstone that I had, because the sand thing that I have is Rage. And it does that. So I'm basically just waiting constantly for my rage to fill up. The thing I don't like is that it auto consumes, purely because of the fact that right, I would have saved it for this part to fuck up his arms, but it auto consumes, so I can't. We're gonna start on his I eat you side first. Take that on while I'm fresh and not stupid. I don't actually know if that's how this boss works. It's not. He is poison, though. Yeah, you could have done what you were trying to do, but instead, I don't want you to do that. Okay, that's what we're gonna do, and it should work out nicely for us, hopefully. Shit! We fucked up. At least that wasn't an insta-kill. Oh, no, 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 come on, come on, come on. Ooh. Oh, guys, that was about to be so bad. Oh, damn. Okay, I thought that would have gotten me away from that. Got him! Nice! And that gets us a new sword school. That's what I really just wanted. Really badly. So that's awesome. We take those. Upon being hit, there's a 15% chance that you won't take any damage, and will shoot a flying sword at the attacker. Okay. Picking up a sword increases your attack movement speed. Attacks grant lifesteal. We're gonna take that. Because I stress staying alive, because I suck. Okay, upon shooting flying swords, 15 chance to fire a mercury shell. Through poison damage and inflicts toxic. Okay, that's pretty good. It goes with the zombie finger thing we're going for. What is Mechanical Case actually doing for us right now? It's not doing anything for us, sadly. Like, I want to keep the rarity, but it doesn't synergize with anything else in the build. So we're gonna drop that, sadly. But we'll see. We'll also see how much further I make it, right, guys? Because That is not guaranteed. We'll go the relic route.
不喜欢吗？
I don't think so.
准备好
All
了吗？
right. We're on
前
the
方就是森林
boat.
台了。
This reminds me of a boat from Absalom. Granted, this game came first, but I feel like Absalom's so iconic by now. That game is so good. I actually definitely want to pay attention to that game again, get back to playing it a few times. I was really disappointed, though, when I found out that the multiplayer is only 2-player. That is unfortunate that this thing hits the way it does. I thought being behind it would be a value add to myself, but it fucking was not. Although I cannot wait to see what that sword school does. Like I said, I've spent like a lot of hours in this game, but that was at this point 3 to 4 years ago. All right. I remember these digging things being a real problem. Maybe I remembered wrong. I think our sword's fine. It's not good. There actually is a very good sword for poison that I would like to acquire at this point for this build. But, like, the chances of us actually getting it, low as hell. So, you know what we do? We don't count on fate to be nice to us. Mechanical bazooka, that's pretty good, but I feel like at this point we are locked into this whole toxic thing. Probably not, right? Probably someone who's much better at this game than I am. Why does it have to be the big dude? Holy! Can we not? Yeah, this is bad. These guys are bad for my health. Yeah, so, you know, my newfound I'm not afraid of the elite dudes, that's gone. Ooh. This was not worth it. This was not worth it in any way, shape, or form. That was all of my healing gone. Room 2. Okay, we're good. We can get healing. Although, I think this doesn't refill your flasks, it just heals your health bar. We'll see. We'll see, we'll check, right? Hey, guys pop out of the trees here sometimes, I think. Ah, they don't pop out of the trees. They're just like on the sidewall, and they're ninjas, and they're spoopy. Yeah, so I don't get my charges, my flash charges back. That's super bad. We're not gonna make it much further, but at least we unlocked a new school, and that's what's gonna be fun. I think that's what I like about this game is all the different schools keep runs feeling interesting, even quite a few hours in, especially because, like, each school has 2 variants, and then the 2 variants have multiple builds that you can use. Okay, you are unwelcome here, sir. Get that? Yeah, we'll check if there's a better sword. Or, like, a sword that actually works with my build. That's, like, and that's kind of the ultimate thing later on in this game. This is one of the few roguelites where I am a huge proponent of meta progression just reducing RNG. And it's because there's just so many relics and swords and all sorts of stuff that, like, yeah, when you're in the beginning like I am, it feels bad when you get a legendary sword because you're just like, I have to get relics to make this work, and if I don't, this sword is just a stat stick. Don't get me wrong, it's a good stat stick, but it's still just a stat stick. Okay, what do we got? Maniac. You have Frenzy. It has been stacked 20 times. Increase all damage dealt by you for 30 seconds. What are we looking at? All damage plus 9%, melee attack speed plus 21%, rage gain plus 14%. That goes really well with what I have. When dealing damage, there's a 5% chance to increase enemy damage taken by 30% for 3 seconds. When dealing damage, there's a 10% chance to deal double damage. Okay, yeah, the thing I have just seems better, sadly. It's okay though, that's still 200 souls. We go to a shop. That's at least a heal for us. Which at this point, I'll wager that we're gonna need it. I wish I'd moved faster. That is also probably a meta progression thing. Okay. We gotta get to the point where our recall cooldown is much shorter. Because that's where you truly get strong in this game, because, like, a lot of things, just without your flying swords, are nothing. Oh. Yo! Thank you so much, Matt Moreno, for the sub. All right. Dragon Fang, Phoenix Beak, Key Whisper. I don't think any of those are super important for me. They don't sound like poison things, right? What is this? Shattered Ice. We don't have anything dealing with ice. We'll get rid of you. All right. Let's see if we can beat this boss on just 1 bar of health. I have a feeling we can't. When bosses come out of fucking paint, yikes! It's just Sai. It's just Sai from Naruto. That's all this is. Fuck me. Come on, son. God damn. I'd be like, sure, it's actually just like a cat and a crane, but the cat does that. The fuck was that? China, why? Why? Stop having reverence for the creatures in the jungle. They're terrifying. Okay. No, okay, that made sense. Because I feel like even with a sword, a tiger would still be fucking scary. Yeah. I could do 2 more and get another health gourd. Urgent defense is actually insane. When an attack does more than 25% of your max HP, reduces the damage you take by 70% for 1.5 seconds. This effect can only be triggered once every 3 minutes. That's still really good. I think we actually want these, though. That way we can actually refine relics and trade them in and shit like that. It'll help us permanently in a run, and it'll also give us more currency, you know, to buy out shops and shit like that. So that's way more useful. Would have been cool though. Would have been nice. Okay, so we have a new school, and we're definitely going to try that out. All right. Burning Blade. All attack plus 10% attack. Attacks have a 15% chance to deal additional fire damage equal to 20% of melee damage. Okay. Flying swords spray spirits while in flight, inflicting enemy with drunk. Okay. Changes sheath to flame recall. Flame recall calls back all of your swords, dealing true damage. That's huge. All enemies in their path while returning, and heavy damage to enemies marked with break. Flying swords create sparks that ignite spirits along their path while returning. Okay. Transforms your flying swords into spirit gourds that spray spirits onto enemies and make them drunk. However, no damage will be dealt to enemies unless there are flames. Changes sheath to Immolating Spirit Mantra. Immolating Spirit Mantra invokes the power of carousing Kala, instantly igniting all spirits and enemies with drunk on the map. Your gourd enters deflagration mode for 5 seconds. Every melee attack made reduces the cooldown of Immolating Spirit Mantra. Okay, so Spirit Ignition seems like it's just like, hey, everything's kind of normal, but you'll do extra burn. This just seems like, hey, what if you ditched everything else and just blew someone up with burn? Oh. This is cool. I didn't remember there were skins. Okay, that's dope. We're gonna go with this because it's closer to the norm. The burn one is probably far more powerful if built right. I don't have rerolls, right? So I don't have access to controlling my relics, meaning that that burn is not going to work super well for me. Okay. We're going to get some relics. Hopefully get something that has to do with fire damage. Yeah, I do like how there's just, like, flames on the ground now. That's sick. That's really cool. I enjoy that heavily. Ooh. Black powder. My fire damage has 10% chance to deal 4 times damage. Okay, that's fucking crazy. Upon dealing damage, has a 25% chance to inflict burning on an enemy for 3 seconds. The enemy is already burning, an explosion will be triggered instead. Okay. Fires an explosive shell to closest enemy, dealing 13 fire damage to enemies within range. Okay. Makes you deal 100% more damage to burning enemies. Burning you inflicted has a 10% chance to deal 2 times damage, including true fire and toxic flame. So I ignite them, but does that count as just burning? Because if it does, it's this one. If it doesn't, it's this one, I believe. Or... let's do this for right now. Okay. And then we'll figure it out later. I'm sure, hopefully, well, I'm not sure. Hopefully, I will get some more fire relics and we can kind of make a cohesive build here. That will... yeah, okay. So we're actually burning them a lot, but I'm also setting them on fire quicker because I'm dealing that fire damage. The question is, do we want to go for a sword or this? Well, we're going to go this. We're going to go this. Because it could be anything. It could even be a sword. Alright. Hey, it was a sword. What is this? Crimson Jade Marrow is in your... whatever. I'll take... It's better than the base sword. It's... wouldn't really call it good, but who cares? Yeah, so... the relic I have right now is actually really good because it is auto-igniting the drunk, right? It probably could be better, right? Because I could just ignite it myself. Actually, probably should have changed before this. Oh, shit. Yeah, he's just gonna die. Yeah, okay, this feels way, way stronger. A Dream of Life. Upon taking a fatal hit, immediately recover 30% HP. After triggered, it cannot be triggered again until you kill... Okay, enemies that have burning will deal fire damage to other enemies around them. That seems really, really good. This seems way better. Upon being hit, there's a 30% chance to spray spirits. One on the ground, recover 5% HP every second. I assume when I'm standing in the spirits I generate. We'll just do this. Like, there's no reason to not take that, but we take this. Wrong element, but that's okay. I think we take relic or weapon. I feel like we take relic. On sheathing, launch teal slash. First blow deals 20% more damage. We'll just do this. Hey, okay, so this is cool. So now we've unlocked this guy, which means we can rank up our swords. Now, that's really dope. I'm really happy about that. I just don't have a sword that I really want to rank up, right? I could have done the attribute refining and try to just like get a bunch of fire damage or something. But I think what I'll do is we'll go through this next area, see if I can get another sword, a better sword, and then see what we'll do about it. Because, like, if I get a legendary sword, then I'm just refining, right? Right now, I'd be ranking up and refining, and I think that is a waste. Yeah, this feels so much more powerful. I mean, obviously it is, right? Like, the first thing is, it's the first thing. It's not gonna be filthy like this, but... absolutely disgusting. Okay. Yeah, we'll go for the sword. We'll go for the sword. I think we can get a better one. Because right now, what's making my sword strong is the fire. This has nothing to do with swords I have or anything else. Okay. Same rank as my current one. Weapon effects, carrying Pearl, increases the shield effect. All damage, melee attack damage, ignore defense. So this one has the damage against frozen enemies, which is doing nothing. Yeah, Pearl Glow is technically going to be better for right now. I want the sword, but let's go here. We're still trying to get another possible son of a bitch. Okay. Well, chat, I think... Ow! I was gonna say... I think this will go better than last time. But I'm really not believing that to be the truth. Holy fuck, man. Like, yes, I do a lot more damage, and that's awesome. I mean, and then I just took to doing the smart thing. I'm dealing dot damage. I might as well, instead of getting his face, just run around. Deal extra damage to target with 50% less HP. Damage increases as the target's HP drops. Okay. Upon dealing damage, increases all damage taken by target. We go with that because we're dealing dot damage, so it's going to constantly be at max stacks once we set burning up, right? This is fun. I like this. Okay. We'll go to the next one. All right, what do we have here? Stygian Lotus doesn't do anything. 2 Stygian Lotuses. Old Sex skill book or a heal. We're gonna go for the skill book.
可就不许反悔了。
Rage gaining speed, ice damage if you don't take any damage. With rage gaining speed, that was a waste of my money. That was bad. It's okay though. That was bad on my part as a player. I need him to not be next to the fucking wall. That's what I need. Damn it! Blew my wad for nothing. Oh, fuck. Double fuck. Okay. That was all bad. Poor playing on my part entirely. All damage, range damage, movement speed. No, we don't need you. Icebreaker. Why are we getting so much stuff for Frozen? Like, we'll take it. We'll take it. I mean, we can't not. When no enemy is found within my melee range, increase flying sword damage. You deal additional damage when you land attacks on enemies with higher HP than you. We go with that. Right. We're definitely not going to last as long as last time. I don't know. I like this a lot better, and it does feel better. It's more relic dependent. The other one was just like, you have flying swords, they do flying sword damage. It's just damage. Damage is damage. This is like, hey man, do you have fire relics? No? What are you doing? Granted, it's cool that I just walked in here and set this entire place the fuck on fire. Like, I really enjoy that. Okay. All right. Take that. That's good. We gotta keep going. We'll take this guy. It'll either kill us or give us something cool, right? And the answer was something cool. What is this? Epic, poisoned or frozen? No. This run really said, oh yeah, your first thing is going to give you what you wanted, and then after that, it's just all going to be frozen. Ha 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 ha. Okay.
时机已到，大业将成，诸之一族即将崛起。
We can do that. I don't think I really care about this teal attack or whatever the fuck. We'll leave. We'll leave the defense. I really need a just another relic that goes, hey, you set stuff on fire. Tricolor crystal could be really good. How much do we have? We have enough to heal and grab tricolor. Upon dealing any ice, lightning, or fire damage, it will increase the damage of the other two by 99%. No. On dealing fire damage, has 33% chance to cause an ice blast. I guess. Yeah, I guess. We'll go with that. And that'll play nice with all the frost crap I have, right? Alright, still not great. Still not great. You know, you come in here and you don't really want to see this dude. I don't, at least. It's just not my cup of tea, you know? Alright, let's get through Sonic phase and then get to Giant Ogre phase. Punch, punch, jump. Ow. The tracking when he's doing the wind up is fucking heinous. Yeah, we just need stuff that increases our burning damage, and the thing is right now we have a relic that could do that, but the issue with that is... Can I move you? I was gonna say the issue with that is we won't have the auto ignite. Well, we do now. Alright, so I will take the failure here as me being fucking stupid. And I'm dead. That I really don't like is just well, I guess it's not an insta-kill. It sure as hell feels like an insta-kill, I'll tell you that. And when it's followed up by this, and I don't have enough dashes to get the fuck out of dodge? Get out of dodge. I realize what I did there, and I'm funny. Huh? Come on, thank you, fire. Come on, come on, come on! Thank you. Come the fuck on, man. Got him! Nice! Okay. We definitely take those. Upgrades burning to toxic flame, dealing damage equal to 4% of the target's match HP per second. This damage can exceed 350% of the player's attack. Upgrades burning to true fire, increases its damage by 100% and making it deal true damage instead. So toxic flame is going to be way better for bosses, right? True fire is going to be way better for just existing. We're gonna go with Toxic Flame. Does this do anything? Not really. Okay, we're gonna get rid of you and refine you and get out of here.
任务完成了，让我看看。
Okay, we just made it by the skin of our teeth, which is good. Just good. We'll get to see more of what this can do. We don't have a sword still.
不喜欢吗？人生不如意十之八九啊。
I have to.
快过来，我他妈当场，爽！哇，没想到，哇，跳的真
Okay.
尽兴，这个地方。
That was a fuck up on my part. I was trying to get it to mythical,
看是去哪
the next tier, but like that was what I just did was
儿？
bad.
小心了。
That was waste of a lot of souls. It's whatever. I should have just been not greedy and been happy with what I had. This sword should help us a lot though. Because Burning Blade is increased now. Actually, let's read what it fully ended up as, because I didn't. Damage against bleeding enemies. That's fucking stupid, but whatever. All damage, melee attack. When dealing damage, there's a chance to deal double damage. But increasing the damage by Burning Blade by 400% is crazy. I'm glad I went Toxic Flame, because I also just remembered the big robots in here. And now I don't know if they have defense or lots of HP, but I think dealing 4% of their HP is still going to be useful. The true damage would probably have been just as good. Yeah, okay. That seemed to work just fine. Cool. We'll go for this. Because the sword we have is good enough. I mean, it is a legendary. It does have the burning blade thing on it. We can increase the fire damage and everything by going back to the blacksmith again, if we happen to make it through here. So I'm not too worried, right? I have the base sword I need. Yeah, but we are seeing it's slower to ignite things now, because, you know, I switch it from the auto, or not auto, but 25% chance to inflict burning, just back to the 10% that naturally comes with the class. So we're not doing amazing. Steel, I just got rid of one of you. I don't care. But we're gonna go here. We're gonna see again if we can get something else that can guarantee, or maybe not guarantee, but just increase our fire proc chance. It's not like it's horribly low, but there were definitely some fights where I've noticed, like, it doesn't really happen when I want it to. And I think increasing that would help. Granted, if you are in... you are at all doing what you're supposed to be doing, once I ignite it once at all, we're good. I like to see those guys did not get the fire, right? So we do need to increase our chances here. But we can also just there's probably also a power that'll, like, give me more fire damage or burning effect chance. It's like, that's really what does our damage now, is burning. So the name of the game is get these guys lit on fire, and then they go away. If I don't get them lit on fire, they remain. Right? Like, my slashes aren't doing fuck all to these dudes. Okay, Really glad those swords go as far as they did and leave the trails, because that ignited all these dudes over here. So that was really good for me. When your HP is lower than 20%, reduces all damage you take by 60%, increases all damage you deal by 100%. That's really good. We are going to put my HP back to 100% though, before we go in here. Because elites, it's such a crapshoot on whether they're going to be scary or not, right? Because it could be an elite of the giant ass suit of armor. That's terrifying. It could be an elite of the little dudes. They'll just die on their own, basically. Alright, we are at least getting our sheath back pretty frequently. But yeah, see, this is why I want to increase burning. That took so long to get that to happen in this fight, which is ridiculous. That was insane. Death Bloom. Sure. Like, sure, why not? It's not what I want, but it's not bad. Just like, can a motherfucker get like one more fire relic? Hell, I'll even take the same thing I have right now, just a duplicate. There we go. Yeah, right now I'm really heavily relying on Sheath to ignite my fire, which is not great. But once stuff gets burning, Toxic Flame handles it. It's very nice. Hello. Oh, we can't really heal. That's sad. That would have been a mythic weapon. Alma Soother, Phoenix Beak. Phoenix Beak! Yeah! On dealing damage to bleeding enemies, there's 25% chance to cast Phoenix Fire at the target, dealing 19 fire damage. Okay, do I have anything that makes enemies bleed? I don't think I do. Every 10% fire damage bonus increase your max, okay. Enhances your bleeding effect to burnt. Deals fire damage instead of increasing fire damage on the target. Burnt is also deemed as bleeding. First blow becomes Phoenix Slash and deals fire damage. That's... oh, come on! That's what Black Powder's best thing is this. Let me see, let's see. Nope. Nope. Fire damage has a 10% chance to deal times 4. No, it's this. It's this. So if I do this, I need a way to make things bleed. Mechanical Case get bleeding upon enemies? No, I don't think so. No. I would want it to be here, right? But we're gonna do this, and that'll at least give me HP. That is heinous, though. Draconic Goblet. I assumed Draconic would be fire, but it's not. I'm stupid, and that was a waste of my money. Yeah, let's go. Yay, calligraphy, the fight. Sai would be having a wet dream right now, or terrified. Who knows? Can you guys really fuck off, though? Alright, I just need you guys to take this poison damage seriously. Okay. Yeah, this is huge. I'd say the toxic flame is huge. That was massive, yeah. That trivialized that fight in a lot of different ways. If you have not launched a melee attack in the last 4 seconds, don't care. When HP is at 100%, don't care. For every 10% of life you've lost, all damage you deal on getting up increases your... Okay, that's fine. That's all fine. None of this was good. Do you make things bleed? No. I do like the synergy I seem to be able to get right now between the bleed and the burning and burnt. That whole shtick is awesome. I think I could get something that would give me bleeding. That'd be cool. Stupid cranes, and they're making things invisible. Okay. We try to get a better sword. That's the question. Because... No, you go for the relic. Because the thing is like, now I could go for a sword that is bleed. That'd be cool. But, again, the reason I'm going for the relic is I already kind of have a build going. If the relic ends up being some sort of fire or bleed, cool. If it doesn't, whatever. The sword is usually, you need a specific relic. And I already have a sword that is actually functioning, so we're not gonna fuck with that. Okay. Yeah, this is insane. The level of that not igniting is nuts. I just don't have... Oh, come on. Too bad I don't have True Flame, because that'd be kind of interesting. Yeah, so this would have been amazing if I had True Flame, but I don't. That's the other thing. I could go bleeding or poison. Those would both be amazing for me. Poison, maybe not so much. I don't know how that's actually going to help me. Toxic Flame doesn't actually, like, I guess it would be something that would scale up poison, because I believe Toxic Flame counts as poison. So it would be something that likes poison, but doesn't necessarily need it. But I think I really just want bleeding or burn right now. Or another tricolor crystal. I don't think so. Sick. What is this? Upon dealing damage to a bleeding enemy has a 10% chance to make you become bloodthirsty. Okay. Upon dealing damage has a chance to inflict bleeding. Okay, we have liftoff. Because now I deal damage, I can inflict bleeding. My bleeding is burnt, which deals fire damage instead and increases the fire damage to the target. Okay, let's see if this works the way I think and want it to. That's actually the question. Is Toxic Flame, is that increased by... Where are my... How do I see my cards? Upgrades Burning Toxic Flame, dealing damage equal to that. Okay, so... I guess, yeah, I technically only need an ignition source, but it doesn't look like there's a way to boost Toxic Flame's efficacy. So it doesn't matter what I do with that. Niter Arrow does light shit on fire, though. I know that much. Interesting. Yeah, so I guess really the thought now is that how does my build actually work? Like, I wanted an ignition source. That was necessary. It still is. I'm glad I found one. But it looks like you don't deal fire damage in the general sense anymore. Tower of Fate. Yo, this looks fucking opulent as shit. Why do I remember this fight being a complete and utter bitch? Oh. Hey, okay. Nope, yep, this is why. This is why. This bitch. Okay, yeah, take poison damage, though. That's the play, lady. Is you take the poison damage, I just run around in circles and stay away from whatever the fuck it is that you're doing. Yeah, we're just... Okay, so she freezes the black holes. That's cool. Can't hold on much longer? You don't need to. Ain't no black holes anymore. I killed them both. You good? Thanks for your help. Okay. We're gonna drink. Okay, at least she takes the damage still. Holy! Can I not? Your own fire damage is igniting my fire. That's amazing, and I thank you. Can you freeze time again? Little white girl, please? Help? Do you have a phase, or are you just being psycho? Oh, bitch! Ow. Okay. Okay. Nope, I'm dead. Yup. Oh, I need something that makes my dash longer or something like that. But it is about that time, guys. So let me just check real quick. What does this do? Increases melee attack. I think we kind of want to go urgent defense, right? Can I not yet? Oh, I can't. We'll take the max healing gourd for now. All right, guys. I hope you all had fun. I know I did. It's about that time, though. So I'm going to be hopping off. I'll be back tomorrow for the Boys Friday. I don't know what we're playing yet, but it'll be something fun. Anyways, guys, if you enjoyed the stream, a like and a sub over on YouTube and a follow on Twitch would be super appreciated. I'm trying to grow the channel right now, and every little bit helps. I'll be back later in another video, guys. Peace out.